Welcome back to another retrospective of Beyond All Reason, and yes, Piggy is back on the battlefield. Now, if you remember last time, I was saying I needed to do better. Instead of my head being all over the place, I needed to start really thinking about what I was going to do to start with and how I was going to set myself up. So hopefully this one is a lot better. Please put something in the comments if you don't think it's that good. It's not about the build order, it's about how I start to play it from the start and then moving forward, etc. etc. That's the way I'm looking at it. Right, so we've seen mine, so I'm doing the we're probably actually doing better already because normally I just put wind everywhere. So as you can see, I'm trying to do a bit of an order here. 3 mechs, then wind, then go into the bot lab. Now obviously if you want me to talk about my ideas and that, go and look at the Battles version of this out on the same day. And don't forget to check out pixtv.com for all the latest videos. All free, PC, tablet, phone, whatever else. No login required. Anyway, now we've got that jazz away, let's have a look at our the highest basic player on our side. Decat, what's he doing? Well, in fact, he's relative to what I'm doing, so I'm doing relatively the same. I'm going for a soul as well because of the situation of power. It's all over the place. Now, I assume we've got some tech players. Now, obviously, we should have an air player or a tech player here. One was stolen, because obviously he's on his own ledge here. He can have all of this, so that he's not too bad. He doesn't really have to worry. He doesn't have to worry about anybody coming to get him apart with another air player. So let's go on the other side. Obviously, I've not seen this as well, so it's completely new to me as you're seeing it as I'm seeing it, or I'm seeing it as you're seeing it, whichever way you want to go around. So, another air player. In fact, actually, it looks as if, yeah, just as an air player as well. I thought there was another commander on there then. Oh, 2 air players. Now, I'm quite surprised at that. I think that's a relatively misplay on this map. I think he should only have 1, and he really should be the back. He should be teching up for the front as well. And obviously I was a front player. And I didn't really want to be a front player, but I ended up being a front player. So I'm getting out Rocketeers. I decided the Rocketeers first instead of the Pawns. I'm still sort of setting myself up here. Now I've decided, right, I'm starting to move. So I'm moving pretty early enough. Obviously, our Decat's moving quite a lot of grunts, which are obviously a little bit easier to get out than the Rocketeer. I think they're a bit more cheaper, if I remember rightly. So I'm going for my next mech down here, plus that 3. Obviously, we've got 1 down here. Like I said, I didn't really want to be on the front, but I was really happy with this, what I was doing. A lot better. Now, I've decided to have 2 cons out as well, building. The trouble is, there's not a lot of flat space on it. This is the problem. You can't really build on there because it doesn't allow you to do lines and that. You can do individuals, and you only got a bit of here. So it's a bit of a pain in that way. If you look at Decat, it's got a bit more flattish area than I have, but you know, it all counts. And we were. Well, I would say we're quite low, but I think it's relatively even Steven in a lot of respects. The only thing that I would say I did not good enough was get a construction turret up fast enough. We're in 4 minutes now, and it should have been at least 1 up by now. But I do rectify that later on, but it was a bit late. But anyway, I digress. So we are pushing forward. They've sort of got themselves in the middle. I mean, it is a. I tend to be a bit more methodical and not push too far for the reasons. If you can push, to me, if you push too far and you don't have the. You know, you don't have the units to help you out, then if they get taken out, you're more likely your commander's going to get taken out anyway. So you've got to adjust yourself whether you see fit as well, and obviously you've got to rely on your teammates to either not be pushing the commander or help each other. So that was Baby Chicken. He's already got. It was so far ahead. I was wondering what that was. I thought, blooming hell, that's an early commander. Not knowing who it was at the time. I think, to be honest with you, that was a bit too too far forward. He should have got himself... Strange solar, not getting enough wind. He should have had more wind here, to be honest, but he's picking his solar. Our real tech player, or air player, I did notice later on that somebody was upgrading my mech, so thank you very much, whoever you are, if you do watch this. Because I do tend to tell them, but this is going to be on YouTube, so hopefully we'll have a decent game. We've got an Armada here. Don't know where the commander is. He's got AWOL. Patrol is another Armada. And he's building up his stuff. Personally, I wouldn't use the commander to do this. I would have... he should have been... Well, it's difficult. Is he a tech player or is he he's not really a forward player. Because he's not... He's fourth in line to be forward. But we are giving this some really... T-Bites is coming forward. So I say, well, I've got my Rocketeers now. I'm sort of... getting there forward. I don't know where there I am. I know I was getting a lot of mechs in this game, to be honest. So I was thinking, well, if nobody else is going to take them, I'm going to take them. Now, I did have a con with me somewhere. I did send one in, but he must have got killed. We're stalling a little bit, which is unfortunate. We've still got the energy. I should have had possibly an energy storage earlier on. Although we're not at the moment full on metal or on energy, it would have been nice to have one there, because obviously that would have been nice. See, now we're actually building one, but we're going to be stalling a bit because we haven't got the we haven't unfortunately got the metal to actually do much. T-Bite's definitely pushing along here. I was wondering if he was going to eat all this up. I do remember this place being heavily defended. I've still got myself... here's my stuff here, as you can see. I haven't got a lot left now, I must admit. Now I'm still carrying on getting some mechs. If they're not going to take them, then I will. Because more metal is a lot better. And now I'm practically on full on metal. I know it kept in the game telling me, you're full metal, you're full metal. So like I said, I've just got this little flat area. I was trying all over to go, and I'm still going for more energy. That's my Achilles heel now, because I just haven't got the energy. Still got no construction turrets. If we look in Decar, he's got a couple. He's going for solar. I would say our definite light purple player. He's definitely a tech player here. He's got a lot of... See the ground here? There's a huge amount of area that you've got to place, wind turbines and other things, where if you're on the front, it's very difficult. I've only got this area. I mean, I could have got the commander and started going to... I think I could go into either tidal, but... which is obviously a lot better than a solar at the end of the day. If you want to put some tidal generators in there. This Overwatch may go down with the thugs if they can... no, the Commander Janice is actually going to get taken... Yep, definitely to get these taken down. The Brute will go, I would have thought, if he pushes that in anymore. So it's still relatively even. These Janices will absolutely obliterate that commander if he doesn't get him off the... now that's supposedly the counter attack to the... well, it doesn't have to do some damage, I must admit. The counter attack to the Janice is apparently the pounder. Strangely enough. I didn't know that, I must admit. It was something I just had to go research. And that's what the bar team reckon. Another, the scout will definitely go and get obliterated. That artillery is never going to get anywhere. The shuriken will just disable that and then blast that one down. So there's definitely a push on this top. There's two commanders here as well that you can definitely take down, especially with the Janice if they can get in there. But it looks as if they're being disabled. How's Piggy doing? Let's have a look at the back. Yeah, see, now I'm building myself... Well, I basically can't get any more on there. That's the thing. Not got to T2. Still stupidly not got any construction turrets here.
Commander has died.
That's what I said. That was a misplay. But we are getting Centurions, and we've gone for Maces now. A bit of defence. That's a lot of rocket bots on there, to be honest. That's definitely, we have to be careful of that, you know.
Destroyed.
Fortunately, that's T-Bite and not me. I pushed myself back, realising that's far too many Rocketeers. Well, they're not Rocketeers, they're Aggravator, but it's the same thing, basically, but different race. So I said, oh, well, I'll come and get this thing. So, see, I was just like, coming, I'm coming up. But obviously, the other commanders here, I try and degun some of this stuff. Knowing full well, there we go. That's most of that being taken out.
Commander
I didn't get a chance to get in this time. But it's pretty even, Stephen. Really. Buzzer's gone down. Now, that wasn't by me. But I didn't have a lot of energy, so I had to bail. Now, I think I was getting Lazarus at the time. Or starting to get some Lazarus. No. I've got my first construction turret out. He's the second one. And we're on 11 minutes. That's a terrible play. I should have had that ages ago. Lazarus is now coming up because I want to obviously eat things up or resurrect things and do things like that. We've got a decent amount of, you know, units there. They're not exactly full. Well, definitely not now, but they will push some of this back. I'm still worried because obviously I'm pretty low here. So I'm relatively low holding my space. I know this Patrol is he hasn't got a lot here. Let's put it this way. He's going for his T2, which I think is a bit too early. He hasn't really got enough here to warrant the T2. I'm still not at that T2 stage yet. I'm still pumping out the T1. I'm just not confident, not in myself. Just not confident enough we could easy you know, go for that. Nice bit of you know, metal here to get that commander, hopefully. I'm doing a bit of stopping. I must have been at the back trying to sort a few things out. That's why nothing's moving. Now I come back to me first. The cat is definitely pushing forward now. He's got some shurikens on the pitch, and I like to see that he's got the... oh, unfortunately, the jammer just got neutralised there. But at least it's something. I tend to... when mine does come up... Ooh, I shouldn't say that, should I? But it does come up. We've got a few cons here, so we'll have to see what I actually do again. The opposite red, I know I'm flirting between these all, because I'm trying to, you know, get a load of this game in for you, actually, and not just concentrate on myself. But, like I said, I was pretty happy. The T2's up for the red player already, and some of the others, but I'm still flirting. If somebody decided in their infinite wisdom, I still don't know who it was, I can see it here now, to provide me with a T2. And if you are watching, thank you very much. I don't know who you did, who you were, and thinking, but you saved my bacon there. That was primarily because I was going to go to T2 anyway, and I got a constructor, and I was like, oh, I've already got them. But anyway, it's actually been given to me, actually. So I don't know. It may have been. No, I don't think it is. I thought it was. So it's got to be one of the players at the back here. It could have been him, actually. Yeah, it looks as if it's about 2000. I'll call him 2000 because it's easy to say. So thank you very much if it was you. It did help me out quite substantially. You know, I've still got some decent enough units. I am, you know, I like my units, so I'm trying to protect them. Now, I did say there was a gauntlet down here. Oh, it's a Mauser. I thought it was a gauntlet at the time. And they are taking around, so we need to take these down. These are a problem. I can't do it on my own though. I haven't got the units, so I'm relying on my teammates, especially possibly the purple, or possibly the blue maybe to come back over and help out. I'm getting my units decimated a bit, and I didn't like that. But we're still holding the line. The line is still held, you know. It's still a relatively half and half of the map, so there's no true winner yet. But we need to take these out. These are the problem, because they can push us back quite substantially. And we're only stood still at no. Nobody's taking the lead. Nobody's. I didn't know where I did or they did. But let's have a look at Let's have a look at the tech players at the back. Yeah, they're definitely. What are they building? Definitely getting for. Yeah, definitely bombers has come out. So let's have a look at our side. What are we doing? We're basically doing fighters. So it's a 1-for-1 counter. And hopefully, here we go. We've got a bit of. This is a bombing run? I think it is. Oh, it's just the fighters nonetheless. Yeah, it's definitely taking a lot of stuff out here. That's a nice little play. Just to, I'm quite surprised there's no anti-air around there. Nobody seems to have any form of anti-air on this. I don't even think we do, but no, I think I was wrong because I think I built one earlier on in the game. I'm now, for some reason, starting on the T2, the height, you know, the advanced solar, I should say, for some reason. I still have no T2, which again should have been up about, well, it's just 7 minutes ago maybe. So this is a good push. I think these are yeah, they're the Blitz. They won't do a lot against the higher units, but they will take a lot of these scouts and the brutes down for sure. Or I think they're all brutes actually. No, I didn't see any scouts in there. I assumed they were scouts as well, but apparently not. So we got some fiends. Fiends are pushing forward for the blue. He's decided to forego that. That's a lovely bit of metal there. And come further down. Now, as you can see here, we are starting to think about pushing this forward. These Mausers are still an issue, and he's got certain, you know, he's got quite a lot here. And later on, I do notice there's the T2, obviously at the start and the T2 here. I didn't notice this, but I certainly later on in the game knew that was there. So there's a soft coordination because we both didn't talk to each other about pushing forward here. I kept the commander back, but I've still got me and Lazarus just behind to potentially push forward eventually. But I do want to take out. I want to try and push to take out some of this. That Overwatch is really not pain in the bum. So we do get that out quite well in the beamer. But it's the Mausers at the back that I'm interested in getting. Not really anything else. Not interested in any of this. I'm interested in taking the Mausers because they can fire quite far. If we look at this circle, they can hit right the way up to here. And we've got no T2 to counter that either, so we've only still got our T1. And this is fine. Centurion's obviously got a bit better, but he's slow. That's the trouble. I'm still not doing too bad. Right, so now I get my T2 up at 18 minutes. That's terrible. And I don't mind admitting that's terrible. But I suppose in my defence, I am fighting quite a bit. But then I could say, well, so is the blue at the top. And look, he's got Ephesus as well. And I'm still on the same. You know, thing. But you know, it is what it is. I'm a lot slower than other people, and I need to speed that up. But I think it's just getting to know the start build and getting used to that. And if you've got 3 mechs, that's fine. If you've got 2 mechs, you've got to adjust and go for that, you know. It's all about that. And obviously the wind plays up or something like that. But that's the same for everybody. So you can't really say anything here. T-Bike's resurrected, so I'm just fixing up mine. And hopefully I do go forward soon. Rekka is definitely pushing forward here with these fiends, and the dragon's definitely up, so that'll certainly do some damage. But that dragon's obviously not ours; it's the enemy's dragons. He's taking down the fiends, which is pretty good for them anyway. See, these Mausers are still a problem, but we've got a lot more force now to go forward, and that's what I was waiting for. I needed to wait for not just myself, my fellow, but I did get an absolute paste in there. But we did eventually get that last Mauser out, so that's not too bad. That's what I was aiming for. I could have put something on the chat saying let's get the Mauser, but I'd have probably got the spelling wrong or something like that, and I was too busy concentrating on what the hell I was doing. And I did notice the Starlight was around. There was one up here before. These Mausers, these are still a problem for us. He switches, XX Pank switches to some bulls. That's a lot of bulls. That's a lot of bull. Which is another even more problem than the Mauser. Although they can't fire as far, but they are incredibly tanky for a T2. They're always a T2, it's like a 2.5, you know what I mean? It's not really a, they're not really a 3. They're not a genuine full 2, the higher, but they are, you know, tanky little bit. I always say they're just under the Marauder, if you like. These Starlights will take. The trouble is with Starlights, I've found as well that you do need a lot of energy to run these, and they are very close to each other as well. So if one goes, the other one goes. See what I mean? These bulls have been an absolute pain. We've got a lot of stuff there, but these hold us back, and there's only 2 of them. So we know that this has to be done, but the one decent thing is we're still holding this line for the. Well, it's like 3 of us actually, but I suppose it is. Well, I'll say 2 and a bit for them because the Bread Prince is not really doing much now. He's just got his T2, or he's getting his T2 vehicle lab up. There's a lot of T2s coming, but we're still holding our line. We're doing okay. I'm transferring. I'm getting a fusion now, and I'm transferring more to the Hound, which I tend to go for. If I'd have had a massive amount, I would have gone for the Sharpshooter, which is my favourite unit. But the trouble is, I just don't. So the Hounds are a go-to unit for me. I always set them to the Commander, so it cuts them on the front. Lazarus is repairing myself. And we're still trying to get through this. See what I mean? This is a huge bottleneck. There's not that much there. There's a Pit Bull and another Starlight, and now they've got 4 bulls. But they seem to want to try and give up here, and I don't really know why, because they weren't really losing yet. It was an even Steven race, to be honest. I know they weren't pushing too much forward, but they weren't losing either. And they could have got a lot more bulls, especially if they could have got the Red Prince back into the fight. They'll look fine. Commanders should have been forward and set that mech, but it didn't really matter. I really wanted some of these bulls as well, so I did a bit of protection here, which was probably fought and pointless. But I'm pushing my bulls. I'm pushing my bulls forward with the radar, so they can't really see this. Because obviously the Hound can fire. I should say the Hound can fire quite far. So that's it. They tend to give up. I didn't really know why they give up. They weren't. It wasn't really over. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We won this. And please comment on what I was doing. I think I was better. Although my construction turrets were late and everything like that. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.